Before we get started on the build, we are wrapping the Porsche in protective tape so that way we don't scratch the paint as we do our magic. Here we are fabricating adapters out of acrylic for the 3.5-inch Morel mid-range speakers. So we applied a foam gasket to the front and the back of the acrylic adapter. The gasket here is to decouple the speaker from the adapter. And then on the back side, this gasket here is to decouple the adapter from the body of the vehicle. Because we are not doing a subwoofer in this Porsche, we chose to go with the 9-inch Morel mid-bass drivers to produce all the bass that we need. We are taking the shape of the factory speaker and creating a template out of it to fit the Morel mid-bass driver into the factory mounting points of the Porsche speaker. And just like we did with the mid-range speaker, there's a gasket to decouple the speaker from the adapter, and then another gasket to decouple the adapter from the body of the vehicle. The outer skin has the first application of sound treatment, which is our Hushmat Ultra sound damping. For our second application, we applied the 3-layer sound damping on top of the Hushmat Ultra. you can see the Hushmat Ultra that we installed to the inner skin of the Porsche door. But on this skin, we did 2 layers of the Hushmat Ultra because of the fact that we have 9-inch woofers going in the door with a lot of power. Hushmat wave breakers were installed for the mid-range and the mid-bass driver. Our custom 9-inch speaker adapter is now installed into the door, and to the right of that you can see the 3.5-inch Morel mid-range installed into the door with the acrylic custom adapter. The speaker wires are soldered onto the terminals with red and black heat shrink, and then we also added a weatherproof quick disconnect so that the speaker can be easily removed for any servicing to the vehicle or to the audio system. We added some of our 3-layer sound damping to some of the weaker parts of the door, and you can see the 3.5-inch and the 9-inch Morel speakers are mounted in place. Hushmat Ultra sound damping installed to the entire backside of the door panel for the first application of sound treatment. Our 3-layer sound damping installed on top of the Hushmat for the second application of sound treatment to the door panel. Hushmat silencer megabond installed to the backside of the door panel for the final application of sound treatment. Factory tweeter on the left, Morel tweeter on the right. This acrylic piece here is going to be used for some LED lighting. So we will be sandwiching this acrylic piece between the amplifier and the mount for the amplifier to give a nice little illuminating ring behind the amplifier. Doing a quick test of the LED lighting before installing it into the Porsche. Now we have a lot of wiring that's coming from inside the vehicle to the outside. And the panels that are inside of the trunk do not have a lot of space between the metal part of the body and the actual panel itself. So what we have done with our wiring, because we can't have a big bundle like that, is we've actually flattened out the wiring on the floor, and we used multiple wire ties and intertwined them to keep the cables flat and aligned so we can lay them across the floor and not have it be too bulky. This ARC audio amplifier has a built-in DSP. So we are using our RTA so that we can look at the frequency response of the sound system at the driver's listening position. And we can take advantage of the digital sound processor and make sure we are calibrating the audio system for the best sound results.